Sure, it looks like a bunch of rags, but I call it home. Sometimes I just have to rub one out before bed. You can only see one of my hands, you notice.
So you left him there?
Well, Jedis, Luke, normally, when they die, just sort of... Hello, my friends, I'm Professor Hans von Puppet. Happy Star Wars Day! Hoping this finds you well, even though this may not be May the 4th anymore. May the 4th be with you any day you happen to be watching this video. And lisping. Anyway, listen, I made this thing back at YouTube Space LA, and I hope you've already seen More Machine Than Man, our wonderful sketch parody of the Star Wars universe that we made. My good friend Mark W. Gray, the fellow with the gray hair there, his hair's not really that gray. He wrote and directed this with me. He's a very talented young man. He's not that young, actually. Anyway, we shot this all at YouTube Space LA on their stage 2. We put a green screen up. We used green screen technology, much like I am using here. Look, I can be anywhere. Boop, I'm here. Boop, now I'm here. Boop, now I'm here. Oh, it's like magic. Anyway, take a look at this that we've done right here. We shot it on green screen and made the wonderful world of Degobah right on Mr. Gray's dining room table. Let's take a look.
You told me Vader betrayed and murdered my father.
Your father was seduced by the dark side of the Force. Oh, so dramatic. There are the black bars, the top and bottom, to make it look more cinematic like Star Wars, of course. And then everything else was just shot on a green screen. But how did we make that lush jungle? Let's take a look. That is the shot there that this is the set for. Of course, with proper lighting and everything else. For the reverse angle of Travis as Luke Skywalker, there is an X-Wing behind him, like you can see here. He's crouching by R2, who's welding on it, and then he stands up and he kind of comes away from it, and then in his close-ups, there's X-Wing behind it. My friend Steve Zarita loaned me an X-Wing model to use in this miniature, but when I got it, I didn't realize it was like pretty miniature. It'd be very hard to photograph something that small. So instead, I ordered one on the internet. I found a really big one, and I got a text just now saying that they delivered it. And I went to my door, and there it was. This monstrous box here. You see, the key to miniatures is they can't be too small. They got to be big enough that you can photograph them. The smaller they are, you have too little depth of field, and it looks too fake. You have a big one, you can get more depth of field, and it can look big. This is like such a huge scale. I'm very excited. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, okay, there's landing gear there. I was worried about this. Where's the back landing gear? Has it got any? In fact, there were no real landing gears, so Mark had to make them out of wood and hot glue and duct tape. They look very realistic, don't you think? Then he sprayed them gray and hot glued them onto the bottom of the model. He then dry brushed the model. That is where you take black paint and water and take the otherwise white, milky, boring toy store version of an X-Wing fighter and make it look rugged and rough and dirty and battle-worn and slightly more realistic. This is about 2 feet long. As you can see, it's much bigger than our actual jungle set, but we only need to see a little bit of it to match what we see in the shots from Return of the Jedi. What a mess that place is. Oh boy. Let's take a look.
Can't do it, R2.
Now you see, this scene has a lot of elements going on inside. Hopefully you don't think about it because you're watching all of the excellent acting.
Obi-Wan.
Pretty dramatic stuff, right? First of all, we had Travis, who is shot on a green screen there in YouTube space. He is looking at nothing, he is touching nothing, he is just there by himself. Then we shot R2-D2 at Mark Gray's house. Now R2-D2 was only about a foot high, so we had to scale him up using trick photography. We photographed him separately, got him blooping and moving around and stuff. There is a little stool there with Mark in his living room, and we got him to move around. This is that nice voice-activated R2-D2. Okay, here's the model on the little miniature set. We blew smoke in there to simulate the fog you see in the movie. It's billowing too fast. You can see the tape on the leg. It looks kind of fake. Here it is with the smoke slowed down to make the scale look a little bit larger. This is a good idea. Then we color corrected. We darken it up, reposition it a little bit, make it look a little spookier, more realistic. Then we, watch this, we blur out the legs. You see that? We blur the legs out to make them look a little more farther away due to depth of field, you see, to make the model look larger. And then we doubled the shot with another shot, sandwich them together, make them transparent to double up our smoke. So we have 2 layers of this shot, so we get double the slowed down smoke. Pretty clever, huh? Then we just sandwich it all together. There's Travis and R2-D2 there on it. And then we add in this thing here. This is just a selfie stick. Isn't that clever? It's a selfie stick with the thing taped on the end and painted black with spray paint. Okay? And then for the welding, we made these little tiny sparks in motion by Apple, which is lots of fun to do. Then we put all the layers together, and you got R2-D2 welding a spaceship and Travis poking at it and looking at R2-D2 to talk to him. But you see, none of this works at all just like this.
Can't go on alone.
Yoda will always be. You gotta have sound. The first thing we added is the welding, and then there's the frog sounds, you know, and the crickets and things, and then there's R2-D2 beeping. But it's really the music that adds feeling to butter it all up.
Can't go on alone.
So nice.
Yoda will always be with you.
Obi-Wan.
And then we do the same process on all of these shots. You see, there's the models. We shot at a lot of different angles, like this. And see, okay, that's Travis on the green screen. There's the welding rod thing. There's R2-D2. All those pieces go together with the black bars to make our perfect, cool shot. Now here for this 2 shot, of course, we shot Travis and Mark together on the green screen. Okay? Mark is not actually a Jedi ghost. Then we put the new background in by a green screen. We don't want Travis to be a Jedi ghost, though, so we have to put 2 different layers of the shot and mask them in. Now, this is Mark's patented Jedi ghost effect that he created in motion, using various different sparkling things and wonderful sort of tricks to get it all working perfectly.
2 lightsabers. One thing remains.
Ah, my dramatic death scene. This took a lot of rehearsal. No digital effects at all. So that makeup I'm wearing to make me look like Yoda, that took hours to apply and was quite painful to remove. We shot this all in an actual cave. That is not true. Mark built this miniature cave out of kind of paper mache and chicken wire. We shot this in YouTube space with a wonderful crew that helped us out, and of course it was directed by Mark Gray, who was playing Obi-Wan Kenobi. Do you see that log there? That is not a log, but in fact just apple boxes and blankets with some camouflage fabric draped over to simulate what it would look like on Degobah. There's Mark giving me some up-close direction. He's a very intimate director, you know. He really likes to get in there with the actors. His hair is not really that gray, I assure you. This was a fun scene to shoot. Death scenes are always hilarious. There you can see the little cave very well. You know, it's only half the cave. The same half of cave went behind Travis. And as I said, it was made of paper mache by Mark in his garage. Wonderful. Okay, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this peek behind the curtain of our Star Wars sketch. If you've got any questions about it or any other filmmaking questions, please let me know in the comments below. I will answer them as best I can. So be sure to like this video, share it maybe with your friends, and for God's sake, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you feel like you're always missing out on your favorite YouTubers' videos, even though you've subscribed to them, I got a little trick for you. If you're subscribed, there's a little gear next to the subscribe button. Just hit that little bugger and then check that little box, and then you'll be notified every time that YouTube channel uploads a new video, and you won't miss a thing. Do this for all your favorite channels. If I've taught you nothing else today, you've gotten your money's worth. Thank you for watching.
And I really had him. And he did one of his flips. Your father was always doing flips, bless him. You must go to the Degobah system. There they have hot glue.